Laura Dailey, L-A-U-R-A-D-A-I-L-E-Y. And I want to say that Delbert Mullins has offered to give me his 3 minutes if I run over.
Okay.
Or I can come back when it's his turn either way. I think I'm going to be good this time. But I want to start out by saying that just this morning, around 11:30 this morning, 1 man died and 4 others are in critical condition in a hospital in Louisiana where the Gibson natural gas facility exploded this morning. This is a well that's offline, and the gas company's comment was, it is not unusual or unnatural for a pipeline to continue to build up hydrocarbons in the line even after it has been abandoned. Something in the abandonment process might have triggered that explosion, but there was no gas in the line. So now we get to worry about abandoned wells as well, and who's watching over those. And if part of the natural process is that those hydrocarbons continue to build up in a well, in a mine, in a compressor station, or any other storage facility for methane gas, that it then continues to be explosive even after the company has abandoned it. Who's responsible for it then? We need to know that. I have to say, also, your new brochure has information on abandonment, and I recommend everybody look at it before you sign any paperwork and make sure that in that clause, if you're going to sign your property over for an easement, they include abandonment issues and whether or not they will retrieve an old pipeline from your property or not once it has been abandoned. Because in most cases they don't. Anyway, that's in this news brochure. I gotta say, guys, every time I've been up here to see you, I feel like I just walked into the OK Corral with a knife. It's not a great feeling. Especially when today's news has gotten to be so common, and the response from the responsible parties has also gotten to be common. Not our fault, some things happen. People died today, and there may be more who still die. You won't see it on the local news, but you'll find it if you go to Google. So is this our last chance to plead our case, or is it your last chance to get it right? I want to start by reiterating what I said a week ago tonight. In just the past year, $6.2 trillion has been pulled out of the fossil fuel market by investors worldwide. $6.2 trillion in 1 year. That's a lot. And those are clearly not votes of confidence in the fossil fuel market. Smart investors are indeed running towards renewables and away from fossil fuels, and they're doing it in droves. Building more infrastructure for a dying market is a fool's errand. Now, for the sake of argument, let's say we do need more fossil fuel energy infrastructure. In that case, we need to be working with companies that are investing in or designing state-of-the-art equipment that will incorporate their design in an infrastructure that, besides delivering fossil fuels, can also deliver renewable energy, sun, wind, and water. It can be done. Spectra's own Brian Fairholt told this panel a year ago that Sabal Trail does not do anything but gas. It doesn't, it hasn't, it won't ever do anything but gas. So Spectra clearly cannot take this country into the energy future. The Sabal Trail methane pipeline proposal is completely impotent in its capacity to innovate. That should be the FERC's #1 reason to choose a no-action option on this project. Considering Spectra's record and safety record, just since 2008, which is both fraudulent and incompetent, it boggles the mind that you can comfortably even suggest in your draft EIS that our risk is insignificant. The potential for the loss of water for more than 20 million people is, in my opinion, considerably significant, and considerably more significant than getting methane to 1 million households in South Florida, when clearly the same investment in solar, wave, and wind technology can solve the coal plant problem in South Florida and save our critical tourism industry at the same time. I have 2 rules in my house. #1 is don't panic, and #2 is do the right thing. I'm going to ask you right now to please not panic panic about what the oil and gas lobbyists are going to do to come after your head. Use your head to do the right thing.